is inclusive, encompassing, inspiring. Averett University provides all you need for a future you deserve through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential with flexible online and on-campus programs like our newest programs in entrepreneurship and psychology, with more coming soon, with affordable tuition and 24/7 support. It all leads to you becoming a catalyst for positive change. Visit allaverett.com. Averett University. Are you all in?
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Averett Sports Network. My name is Thomas Heaney III. Alongside me is Luis Martinez, and we've got a good one on hand for you tonight, folks, as the Averett University Cougars are taking on Briar University as Averett enters this one 3-3-2, and Briar at 3-4. Cougars are 6-8-1 all time against Briar, and in their last meeting in 2022, the Cougars won 4-1 as we kick this one off right here. Averett is coming off of a 3-1 win over Randolph on Saturday. Averett is on a 2-game winning streak, and for Briar, they're coming off of a 1-0 win and are on a 3-game winning streak. So something has to give here at Daly Field, Luis. This one should be a good one.
It's an interesting matchup here as we start off the ball with Lindstrom in the midfield, going off on the wing to De Diego. De Diego, a very big key piece in the success for the Cougars, winning ODAC Player of the Week last week.
Yep, you mentioned De Diego, and she is the heart and soul of this Cougars team. A big driving force to their winning streak right now. Big crowd here at Daly Field as fans saw the Averett men's soccer team win against Ferrum last game, 3-2. A game that was very electric.
As you hear chants from the stands, hyping up the women's team. It's a great atmosphere here in the stands.
Yeah, really great that the fans came out and students come support their women's soccer team here in a game that should be a really good one, back and forth. Like I said, Averett in the all-time series is 6-8-1, so they would like to change that in this one.
As here we are, as Sanchez intercepts that pass, tries to leave it for Hyvarnen. So Sanchez passes it back to Peters. Peters now trying to hold on to the ball. Now Sanchez trying to look for De Diego as Franklin, as De Diego gets called offside. Great job there by Sanchez trying to get the ball over to De Diego.
And you mentioned De Diego. So far in 8 games, she has 5 goals and 3 assists, a total of 13 points on the year. So she's somebody to keep an eye on the spotlight as we move forward in this game.
And we have a couple familiar faces on the Averett Cougars side. Starting off for the Cougars, as Maya Kinberg is playing out right back today. Now Briar gets a shot off as goalkeeper Tia Crone will let that go behind her, and she'll go ahead and take the goal kick here. Pass it over to Casey. Now Casey over to Kindberg, to Lindstrom, trying to look for Evans. Now Evans, great job there to turn away, keep the ball at her feet. And now De Diego with the foot race. Hyvarnen trying to fight for the ball in the air. Oh. Now Franklin open! Franklin! Jenna Franklin opens the scoring for the Cougars.
What a start for the Cougars here, just at the 41-16 mark, and Averett has a lead. Perfectly set up there as the ball bounced right in the Cougars' way, and they lead this one 1-0.
Absolutely amazing from Franklin there. Just caught in the right spot at the right time. Takes a beautiful shot into the top right corner. Puts Averett up 1-0.
Yep, and for Jenna Franklin, that is her first goal on the year. And what a time to do so here with a packed Daly Field, and now Averett leads this one 1-0.
And now Casey tries to boot it away, and it will be out. Now Evans throws it in, looking for Lindstrom. Evans with pressure on Sweet Briar midfield. And it's going to be a free kick for Sweet Briar.
And if you're the Cougars, you hope that that is a common theme. Perfectly passed in there to Franklin. She was able to put it right over the goalie into the net. Just a terrific start for the Cougars, using the momentum here of these students.
As the ball bounces and into the hands of Crones. Now Crones throws it out quickly to Hyvarnen. Hyvarnen with high pressure tries to get a ball into De Diego. De Diego with the speed. De Diego gonna put it up 2-0. De Diego!
So close.
Just wide. De Diego with the speed to get there. Ball goes just wide of the post.
Yeah, despite that miss there, Luis, Averett, how about it for the start here? A couple really great chances. We already put one in, and De Diego was smelling her 6th goal.
This is absolutely the best start you could possibly ever want from any team.
Yep.
2 very good pressures, one leading into a goal. A very good chance there for De Diego to possibly put him up 2-0 really early on in this game.
Yeah, De Diego is the fastest player on the field. There's no doubt about it. So anytime that you can get her out in space and you're the ball, you're going to try to do that.
Absolutely. I mean, the defender had a couple steps ahead of De Diego, and still De Diego managed to catch up to her.
Nope.
And now De Diego sends one into Hyvarnen. Now Barrett trying to come in, and Franklin. Now Casey, great tackle there. Sanchez to Peters. Peters tries to boot it away. Now Casey gonna come in, give it back to Peters. Peters tries to control the ball, gets it back to Casey.
Good pass up there. And another chance here for the Cougars, Luis.
As Evans to Hyvarnen. Hyvarnen is gonna be called offsides.
Tough call there, and again, another opportunity for the Cougars. Just couldn't get that one, the call. It's going to be a goalie kick here from about the 15-yard line. This one's going to be headed over to Averett possession again here, another breakaway.
Franklin takes a shot from way out. Was trying to chip the keeper, but instead just went right to the chest of the keeper. And now Evans on the far side gets it taken away by Sweet Briar defender. Now Kindberg doesn't take the touch she needs. And now Sanchez intercepts that ball.
That pass in there, but there's no Cougar, so it'll roll out of play. And Sweet Briar will retain possession. And if you're just joining us here, Averett was able to get an early goal by Jenna Franklin. Go up 1-0 in this one as we're under 38 minutes to go here in this first half. Averett with a 1-0 lead, but as we've seen, Luis, this one could be a lot more.
And De Diego back on the break. De Diego puts it away this time. De Diego!
Right on cue there, Luis. Just like I said, this one could be a lot more, and it is. Averett now 2-0 over Sweet Briar.
It's an absolute amazing start from the Cougars. Going up 2-0 really early in the first half. They let up absolutely nothing in their backside, on their back half, and have absolutely maintained the pressure on Sweet Briar. Sweet Briar has no idea what has just happened.
Yeah, and if you're Sweet Briar, you have to regroup here. It's still way early in this game, despite Averett having a lot of momentum. For De Diego, that is her 6th goal on the season.
Now Kindberg trying to get it to Evans. Evans working against 2 defenders. Evans shields it back to Kindberg. Now Casey trying to look for Barrett. Hyvarnen checks in for it, though. And now Hyvarnen with a beautiful ball to Franklin. Franklin trying to get there with the speed. Franklin trying to make it 3-0. Franklin to the goalie. And now De Diego trying to spin that around and take the shot. Didn't quite have the footing or the angle on that ball.
The field is tilted right now, Louise, to the left side of everybody's screen watching at home. Averett dominating right now. Time of possession and shots.
Averett very, very physical in this first half so far, even early on, maintaining a lot of pressure as Jenna Franklin there with the high pressure on number 11, Kaiser.
Fans getting into it there, and it shows you, Louise, these players care. The students come out and support their team. Right now, Averett, all of the momentum right now, and the home crowd on their side. So this will be a sweet Briar throw in here as they try to get some sort of momentum and try to shift play here. As like I said, it has been all Averett all day, left side of the field.
Now ball comes in. Great turn there by number 24 for Sweet Briar as they try to make something of it. And Peters kicks that out. The crowd here, kind of a home field advantage as the crowd seems to kind of be chirping at Sweet Briar's players. And now Sanchez trying to maintain the ball at her feet. Back to Peters, back to Sanchez now. Sanchez, Hyvarnen looks, takes space. Trying to look for Evans and a Diego up top. Now Kindberg to Lindstrom. Lindstrom doesn't have quite the balance to get that over to Evans.
You mentioned home field advantage, Luis, and Averett right now on the season is 1-1-1 at home. I'm sure there's nothing more that they'd rather have than improved to 1-1.
A lot of great energy here in the stands for the Cougars as Evans with the speed trying to get past the defender, and it's going to be a flag on Evans, kind of holding onto her defender, trying to make sure she tries to maintain possession of the ball. It's going to be a foul and a free kick in Sweet Briar's own half.
See if Sweet Briar can sort of push this one up more. Like I said, change the field level. It's been all Averett, but still, despite the 2-0 lead early, as we know, Luis, a lot of time, and we just watched the Averett men's game with Ferrum.
And Jenna Franklin back with an open touch here as Jenna Franklin gets the ball. She gets tangled up with the ball under her feet with a one-on-one. The ball still maintains in Cougar possession as Peters passes it over to Casey in the backfield. Casey looking for Evans. Evans checks in. Back to Kindberg. And now Sweet Briar going back the other way. Sweet Briar with an opening here. And it's going to be called offsides. A bit of relief from the Cougars defense and the goalkeeper Crones.
Yep, that was a really, really close call there, but Averett gets the break as that is offsides and keeps the 2-0 lead here.
As now Peters with the ball, trying to look for Franklin. Franklin doesn't quite have the touch on it. Now De Diego with a bit of skill there. Sets a ball over to Franklin. Franklin has to try to get between two defenders. Franklin continues to chase the ball. Ball gets booted out to Sanchez. Sanchez doesn't quite have the touch on it. And now Barrett pressuring on the backside of Sweet Briar. Great turn there by number 21. Now Casey. And now Hyvarnen with great pressure gets the ball back for the Cougars. Tries to set Evans up with a through ball, and now Evans with the speed. Now Evans looking for De Diego in the box. Now Hyvarnen with outside. Shot by Lindstrom there.
You said it, Luis. I think the story so far in this game has been the speed of the Cougars. being able to outrun those loose balls and 50-50 balls has been key for them.
Absolutely, but that physicality from the Cougars
Yep.
early on has absolutely shocked Sweetbriar.
Yep.
Sweetbriar has to completely kind of change the way they play by just the way the physicality of the Cougars is.
Yeah.
It's just not allowing them to get any touches on the ball.
Yeah, well said. I mean, it's been a really good combination of speed and physicality, like you mentioned.
As the ball will be kicked out of bounds by the defender there. And Diego will throw it into Evans, and Evans will do her best to try to get a touch on that. Now Diego gets the ball over to Evans. Now Evans sends the ball into Franklin. Now Franklin, and the ball gets called offsides. A bit of premature celebration there by the stands.
How about that, Luis? We've had 2 goals now in the last 5 minutes get called for offsides.
It's a very close game here.
Yep.
Game of inches practically.
Yeah, and again, that was pretty close, but the referees made the call, and this one will stay at 2-0 for right now.
And now Barrett fighting in the middle. Now Casey boots it up.
The aggressiveness there.
Diego! Beautiful goal by Diego there to put it in right behind the goalkeeper. Now Averett are up 3-0.
You have to admire the aggressiveness there by Diego with a loose ball, like I mentioned before. 50-50 ball. She's able to run in, be aggressive, get it, put it in. Yep, exactly. Like we talked about, physicality and speed have been crucial here for the Cougars early. And it pays off for Diego with her 7th goal on the season.
Absolutely.
Now, if you're Sweetbriar, you have to try to find a way to stop this momentum before it gets too out of hand. A lot of game left, but 3-0 is a pretty tall task.
As Leah Brethren will now enter the game for Jenna Franklin, and Aja Williams will also sub out Isabel Evans. And we continue here as Barrett has some pressure on 24, but Crohn's easily takes the ball up.
I actually like that shot, though, Luis. Just try to get something going on the other end.
Absolutely.
Get a shot. Never know. Maybe a ball bounces your way.
That's High Varnon. Great job there with the touch. Now, Breathen also with the speed. Breathen continues. Has an open. Breathen had an opening there, trying to look for Lindstrom in the middle. The keeper comes out and collects it, and now boots it away.
Between Breathen and Diego, for all my football fans, I feel like I'm watching Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle out there.
An absolute insane duo.
Just the speed. It's like a track meet out there, and all those 50-50 balls are going to the Cougars right now.
Absolutely. As someone who had to face Tyreek Hill in fantasy, he is absolutely unstoppable.
Yep, and you're seeing the speed on display right now with Breathen and Diego.
And now Crohn's with the ball in her own box. With a little bit of pressure coming from Sweetbriar. Not enough, though. Crohn's very comfortable with the ball. Now Barrett gets in the midfield. Finds High Varnon. Great job there by Barrett with the vision. Now Breathen trying to maintain that speed. That speed by Breathen. Breathen maintains the ball at her feet. Gets bodied out of the way. Now Breathen continues with the ball. And it gets passed back to the goalkeeper. Breathen with a big display of her speed here.
And you have to wonder for Sweetbriar if they have to change the game plan up and start playing more passive and play more back for these breakaways.
They just have no answer for the amount of speed that the Cougars have. Yep. The through balls are coming. They're trying to kind of match up to the attacker, but the attackers are just having so much more speed and physicality against the defenders. They have no idea how to defend against it.
Exactly.
Now Peters will try to boot it away.
Dangerous chance here.
And Casey putting some pressure there.
Good defense.
Now Casey will go ahead and take her chance up and send the ball into Diego. Diego again with a bit of a one-on-one back to the goalie. Now Casey gets it to High Varnon. Sanchez comes to collect it again. Back to High Varnon. High Varnon has so much space in the midfield. Tries to get it to Aja Williams. Aja Williams also with the speed. and it could have very well have gone very bad for Sweetbriar there, as it possibly could have ended as an own goal.
Yep, that was a very risky play there, and Sweetbriar is fortunate. This game is still 3-0.
And Lindstrom will go ahead and take a seat for Gyo, who will come into the game.
We're going to have a corner kick here, and another opportunity for the Cougars to extend their already big lead here in the first half.
As the ball trickles in, Breathen misses the shot. Now Breathen takes a shot, and it will not be counted. The whistle was blown before Breathen took the shot.
2 goals now taken away off of whistles. Sounds like that was offsides.
A lot of pressure here, and it's going to be a penalty for De Diego. De Diego possibly getting a hat trick early on in this first half. De Diego is no stranger to this type of position.
Yep, big moment for De Diego right here, Luis.
And De Diego with 3 goals in this first half. Absolutely insane. Only something you could really dream of.
Dominating performance right now by De Diego.
Absolutely
she came into this game with 5 goals, and now at the 26-minute mark, she's got 3 goals of her own in the first half. Just incredible. The Cougars now with a dominating 4-0 lead over Sweetbriar right now.
And De Diego with a great performance will go ahead and take a seat. So will Sam Casey and Barrett. And Maddie Pedraza will go ahead and enter the game as well. And Minafo, as Rayleigh Smith will also enter the game for Casey. Now Kindberg trying to put some pressure. Williams trying to use that speed. Williams cuts back. Great job by Williams as Minafo tries to maintain the ball under her feet. Now back to Gyo. Gyo with a great turn there. Great job by Gyo.
What a dream start here for the Cougars, Luis.
Absolutely amazing.
Still kind of stunned here. I mean, 4-0. We still have 25 minutes left to play in the first half. It's just incredible.
Substitutions have to be made for Sweetbriar. Changes to tactical analysis have to be made as well. You cannot let a team like Averett get up this early on you 4-0 with this type of momentum.
Yeah, exactly.
Elijah Williams goes down, but she seems to be getting up pretty quickly. And substitutions in for Sweetbriar.
And the free kick here going towards the net.
And Hyvarnen sends it in for Minapo. Minapo!
Wow, what a play. Empty net there, and the defense of Sweetbriar is able to stop that.
Minapo is absolutely shocked that that goal did not go in. Great job there by the back line to kind of disallow that goal, to block it off. The goalie stepped out, and that's exactly what you want your defense to do. When your goalie steps out, you want to kind of take their spot without using your hands.
Yep.
Great job there by Sweetbriar.
And a corner kick right here. Luis is going to go up and just can't put it in.
As Pedraza will try to put it back up. Now Williams takes a touch. Hyvarnen collects it. Hyvarnen looking for an open man. And Smith, sorry.
We have a collision here.
And it looks like Breathen might have lost her cleat.
Looks like this is going to be another free kick for Averett.
Great energy here by the stands again. You know, the students are very well intrigued by this game.
This one's going to go up and out of play. But like you said, Luis, you know, love to see the home field advantage here at Daly Field. And it is very much so inspiring these Cougars to put on a heck of a performance so far, 4-0 lead.
The ball goes up as Highbarnen tries to head it away from Sweetbriar. As Pedraza brings it down, tries to look for Breton. Breton maintains pressure, and the ball will be out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for the Cougars as Sanchez throws it in.
Great pass.
And Pedraza has open space, gets tangled up. Great job there to try to maintain the ball. Gets it taken away. Now going the other way for Sweetbriar as Peters decides to send the ball right back, and it's going to be a goal kick.
Right down to our photographer there, Shane Mickle, able to pick that one up, and now, like you said, it'll be a goal kick for Sweetbriar.
And now Williams with the ball on the wing, trying to get it to Gyo, gets intercepted. Now the ball will roll back out, and now Kindberg will throw the ball in to get it back into play. Looking for Minafo. Now Williams trying to get it back. Kindberg playing defense there on the wing.
Chance here for Sweetbriar.
And now Swartling. Peters. Pedraza doesn't see the defender on her back shoulder. Now Sweetbriar trying to attack here as the ball will go up, and Crones will come out and collect it. Now Swartling will find Sanchez. Sanchez has to reach out for it. Sanchez trying to take space. Look for Breton. Now Breton in a foot race will be called offsides here. Incredible. The offsides rule has to be one of the most annoying rules in all of soccer.
Yeah, I mean, we've already seen a couple of goals being taken off, Luis, because of offsides, and tough call, but you got to live with it if you're able.
It's very hard as an attacker to try to constantly be right under your defender. You constantly have to be kind of weaving in between and out, trying to find the soft spot so you don't get called off sides.
Well said.
And it's the most annoying thing ever when you get called off sides. And like we saw it today, you get called off sides and you're on an open break and you think you have the goal, but you look over, flags up, and you're off sides.
Yep. And Averett has had, like I said, a couple of goals taken off from offsides, but it hasn't rendered them to this point, as it looks like we're going to have a free kick for Sweetbriar. A really good chance here for them around the 15-yard line to maybe put one in and shake this game up a little bit. It's been all Averett.
Now Sweetbriar will go ahead and take the free kick, and it's going to go over the post. Crones will go ahead and take the goal kick. Now Crones boots it away to Gyo. Gyo gets a touch on it, trying to look for Williams, and the ball will roll out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for the Cougars. Quickly thrown in by Williams to Gyo. Gyo gets it back from Gyo. Williams gets it back from Gyo, sorry. Kindberg boots it up, looking hard for Highbarnen, and the ball will be kicked out to Sanchez. Sanchez tries to send it over to Williams. Doesn't have quite the power to get there.
And if you're just joining us here on the Averett Sports Network, we're just under 19 minutes to play here. Averett up 4-0 over Sweetbriar. And we've seen Celia De Diego with 3 goals already, and Jenna Franklin kicked us off with her first goal early at the 10-minute mark. So great start here for the Cougars as they look to continue their success in this one.
As Sweetbriar tries to maintain the ball in the midfield, looking for a through ball there, as Peters boots it away quickly, looking for Minafo. Now Breton with the speed. Breton trying to answer back, trying to make them pay for their mistake. Now Breathitt cuts back. Looks for Williams, has an open Williams. Williams! And the ball will trickle in. Williams!
What a play that was. Ball was
What a
bouncing
great
around.
job there by Williams to be very composed with the ball at her feet.
Composed is the right word, Luis, and patience, too. Just being patient.
Very patient. They just waited for the goalie to come out and pressure her so she could just tip it in over her head and it could roll into the goal.
Exactly, and that started with Breathitt keeping the play alive. And I'm going to be honest, we might need a race between Celia De Diego and Breathitt because they are two very fast players. She was able to get towards that ball and make a terrific pass, extend the Cougars' lead to 5-0 here in the first half. Just incredible.
It's a very dominant side from the Cougars. Something we wanted to see out of them coming into this game. We just didn't expect it was going to be this much.
Definitely.
As Williams, with the speed, gets past the defensive line. Now Williams possibly to make it 6. Williams either looking for a goal or for the cross. The ball will go out of bounds and it will be a goal kick. And Varnon will go ahead and take a seat.
Be curious to see here for the rest of the first half here, Luis, if Averett continues to keep their foot on the gas, or maybe if they just become a little bit more passive and possessive of the ball, try to drain this clock down a little bit.
Absolutely.
My guess is they'll probably keep their foot on the gas, as it's been all Averett.
It seems like they have not shown any signs of just slowing down. They
Yeah.
want as many as they can. They want to get everybody at least one, possibly just one goal each.
Yeah, I mean,
Very, very difficult to do, but
yeah.
at this rate, unless Briar goes ahead and answers right back, nothing's going to change.
Yeah, I mean, and like we talked about, I mean, this is a dream start if you're Averett and a nightmare start if you're Sweetbriar, but, you know, there's still a lot of time left in this game. 16 minutes to go in this first half, and then you got 45 minutes in the second half, so it's a pretty tall mountain to climb, but it's not impossible. We've seen crazier things, so Sweetbriar definitely has to, you know, get something positive, though, like I talked about, even just getting a shot towards the net, whether it be taking a shot from the 20, 25-yard line. We got a free kick here by Averett.
Peters tries to send it into the box. It's just a little short, so the keeper easily comes out and collects it.
Just even getting some time of possession on the other side of the field for Sweetbriar would be positive. Try to change the narrative here in this one.
As Pedraza brings it down, takes a bad touch, but continues with the ball. Now Sanchez to Minafo. Now Sanchez, now to Johnson. Possibly Breathitt. It's a foot race. Whoever gets there first. Sweetbriar just can't answer back to the amount of speed of Breathitt or Williams or Johnson. And now the ball will fall to Minafo. And now Pedraza trying to hold on.
Good pass.
Great backflip, great footwork there. Maintaining the ball going forward. Sanchez boots it away from pressure. A very good chance there. Number 11 for Sweetbriar gets tripped up there by Johnson. A bit of chirping from the stands here.
You know, Victoria took a seat there on a tough tackle, and the whistle blew.
Now Crones will come out and cover the ball up, making sure that ball doesn't fall into anyone's kind of distance. Now the ball will go up, and Breathitt will try to chest it down. Now Pedraza trying to get into space. Now Breathitt using her speed. Now Williams again with the foot race. Williams gets right past. Williams finds somebody in the middle, gets intercepted. Williams again, trying to look for Johnson. Nafo. Ball will come out. Now Kindberg will try to retrieve it. Kindberg isn't fast enough to get there. Now a chance here for Sweetbriar to try to answer back as the ball will just completely slip through both the defender and the attacker.
So Averett going to slow it down here. 13 minutes to go in the first half. This one's going to be picked off. There's the 40-yard line.
And Sanchez trying to look for Johnson. Sanchez maintains the ball now. Breathen with the speed. Breathen trying to take advantage. Breathen, great job there maintaining the ball. Over to Gil. Great job by Breathen. The crowd is loving it.
Breathen has been terrific so far in this first half, Louise.
Breathen gets the ball from Williams. Williams shields the ball. Gio possibly looking for a through the ball to Breathen. Just doesn't go.
Goal kick here for Sweetbriar. Cleves now will hoop this one off.
And now Williams with the ball on the wing. The ball will be kicked out of bounds.
And this one will also go out of play, so ball kind of bouncing in and out of play here as we dip under 12 minutes to go here at Daly Field. Averett up 5-0 so far.
Peters with a lot of speed there
Good pass.
to Johnson. Johnson trying to maintain the ball at her feet. Tries to get the shot off. Just doesn't have the balance under her feet to get it off properly.
Cleves in this one has 5 goals against, but also 4 saves as she's faced a lot of breakaways. Not all of it entirely her fault so far in this first half, but definitely want to see a better effort from the Sweetbriar defense in the second half if they want to try to mount a comeback.
Absolutely. Now Pedraza with the ball at her feet. And now Gio. Gio taking space. Looks for Johnson. Johnson tries to turn away from pressure. And that is going to be number 17 for Sweetbriar. Abby Bryant booting it away. And Sanchez will go ahead and take a seat.
Thank you, Josh.
As Alyssa Veazey
Shane, get me some of 20. She's playing up front near the top of the box right now. If you have a chance, she touches the ball, please. I got you. I see her.
So Alyssa Vesey checking in, the junior out of Danville, Virginia, coming into this one.
and Kindberg throws it up. Now Williams against Bryant. And now Breathen trying to make something of it. Breathen gonna go ahead and throw it in. Gives it over to Kindberg. Ball was called back.
Back and forth we go here as the ball goes back out of play. As time ticks, I'm sure if you're Averett, you definitely just want the time to run all the way out here and get to the break. 5-0 lead.
The crowd having some fun with the goalkeeper Crones.
Let's go have a corner kick here for Averett.
as the ball will go ahead and trickle out. Now the goalkeeper leaves. We'll go ahead and kick it out. Boots it up, looking for number 9, Bennett. Now swirling.
Good defense.
Swirling on number 21, Vargesco. Now Johnson will go ahead and throw it in. It's going to be a throw in for Sweet Briar, sorry.
So it could be Taylor here on the throw-in. Taylor gets it in, but right back out of play as that was off of Diaz.
And now Johnson trying to throw it in. Looks for Breathen, trying to get over the head of number 18, Taylor. Now Swartling trying to take a touch against number 31. Swartling's going to go ahead and throw it in.
BC now handles it. Good pass.
Now Pedraza trying to hold on to the ball in the midfield. Passes it back to Peters. Peters over to Kindberg. Kindberg running towards it. Kindberg trying to look for Breathen against Bennett. Williams fast right behind her.
If you're Cleves, you definitely want to start doing that on breakaways. Just coming out and trying to beat Breathen or De Diego or Franklin or whoever towards the ball.
Absolutely.
So we've seen that a little bit here late in the first half. If she's come out more, try to get those balls.
As Buick's touch will result in the ball going out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in. Kindberg's going to throw it in for the Cougars. And now Kindberg will go ahead and throw it in. Looking for Pedraza. Pedraza takes a touch. And now Gyo with a great touch there to Kindberg. Kindberg going to send the ball into the box. Now VC doesn't quite have the footing on the ball. And the ball will go ahead and roll out of bounds.
Good chance there. VC.
Now Breathen.
And this will be a throw-in for Sweet Briar as time starts to get towards 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Sweet Briar definitely looking for some positive to come out of the first half.
As Megan Best enters the game for Sweet Briar. As Crones will come and collect the ball. Passes over to Kindberg.
Good play there to fight for the ball. Keep possession for the Cougars. This one's going to go back towards the 35-yard line. And out of play, so we'll have another throw in here.
Now Breathen
Ooh.
against.
Looks like that one is going to go back out of play.
The ball again will be hit out of play by Lewis. Now Kindberg throws it in. Breathen trying to turn but doesn't have enough space. Now Go gets it taken away by Bryant. Bryant, great job there. Now the ball will fall to Wilkes, but Johnson is quickly there to stop her from moving forward. Now Johnson gets the ball taken away in Sweet Briar territory. Pedraza fouls on number 24, Diaz.
Another free kick here for Sweet Briar at the 40-yard line as this one will get booted off.
It's Lewis hitting it away for Sweet Briar as Pedraza boots it right back.
Yep.
And it's going to fall to number 11, Vicora.
Good play there by VC.
VC to Gyo. Gyo trying to possibly hit VC on a through ball, but a bit of miscommunication there.
Terrific defensive play there by VC to try to get some possession for the Cougars. There she is again.
Now Breathen with a 2-on-1. Ball gets tangled up between all three of them. Now Ginafo.
Looks like we're going to have another offsides. So this one will switch sides and Sweet Briar will handle it.
The ball will fall to Bennett, trying to get it over. Pedraza trying to pressure. Ball doesn't go her way. There's number 21, Vargesco. Now Johnson. Trying to look for VC. Brian will come and collect it as the ball will be out of bounds and in for a throw-in as Minafo over to Breathen. Now Breathen back to Swartling. Now Breathen with the speed. Takes a shot from way out. Now Breathen!
Oh my goodness, Louis.
What an absolute shot by Breathen. Caught the goalie off of her line and completely shocked. Had no idea what to do there.
Steph Curry range right there
Did
for
not
Breathen.
react fast enough.
What a shot there from way downtown. Extends the Cougars' lead to 6-0. My goodness. Cougars just continue to pile it on, Luis. This is just a dream start.
Absolutely. This is a very one-sided game. Now Gyo with the ball. Doesn't take the touch she wants. Now Swartling collects it back. Johnson now. Johnson with no pressure on her. Looks for Breathen.
Go again.
Ball a little too far, too hard. And it's going to be collected by the goalie. As Taylor will go ahead and send it out. Taylor with a line drive. Now Breathen again with the ball at her feet. She's go ahead and turn. And looks for Williams on the far side. Williams against Bess. Williams trying her best to compete. Great turn there by Williams. Now Pedraza with a line drive. Goalkeeper comes out and collects it before BC can even get a touch on it.
So 30 seconds left here at Daly Field, and it has just been a terrific start for the Cougars. 6-0 lead. They'll look to close this one out in the second half. But Luis, what are your thoughts so far on this first half?
I mean, if you're the Cougars, you're absolutely ecstatic. You absolutely love that you are up 6-0. It gives you enough room to make mistakes. It's very hard to get up 6-0 in a game like this. But the Cougars have gone and done it. Now, Sweet Briar, they have to make changes in the second half if they want to get on the board.
Yep,
Things have to change. Substitutions have to be made.
Yep, 100%. And so that wraps up the first half here at Daly Field on the Averett Sports Network. Averett with an astonishing 6-0 lead over Sweet Briar. This half saw De Diego with 3 goals, Jenna Franklin with 1 goal, and then, of course, the long-range shot by Breathen, her goal. And all of that combines for a 6-0 lead for Averett. We'll be right back with you for the second half on the Averett Sports Network.
Averett University provides all you need for your future through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, affordable tuition, and over 50 majors and programs. Visit allaverett.com. Are you all in? Is inclusive, encompassing, inspiring. Averett University provides all you need for a future you deserve through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential. With flexible online and on-campus programs, like our newest programs in entrepreneurship and psychology, with more coming soon. With affordable tuition and 24/7 support, it all leads to you becoming a catalyst for positive change. Visit allaverett.com. Averett University. Are you all in? is inclusive, encompassing, inspiring. Averett University provides all you need for a future you deserve through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential with flexible online and on-campus programs like our newest programs in entrepreneurship and psychology, with more coming soon, with affordable tuition and 24/7 support. It all leads to you becoming a catalyst for positive change. Visit allaverett.com. Averett University. Are you all in? Averett University provides all you need for your future through learning that embraces all of your infinite potential with flexible online and on-campus programs, affordable tuition, and over 50 majors and programs. Visit allaverett.com. Are you all in?
Welcome back, everybody, to the second half of the Averett Sports Network. My name is Thomas Senior III, and alongside me is Luis Martinez, and we saw a first half that was just pure dominance by the Averett Cougars over Sweet Briar, 6-0. Luis, you want to get into some of the stats for the viewers?
Absolutely. So 68% of the possession was in favor of the Cougars, while only 32% was for Sweet Briar, with 3 goals from Celia De Diego, who took a little rest on the bench for the Cougars, and then Jenna Franklin opened up the scoring for us really early in the first half with a goal with a goal very early on, about 4 minutes into the game. And recently, Aja Williams and Leah Brethren have both just scored, making it 6-0 for the Cougars. Now, Sweet Briar is going to have to make a couple changes going into the second half to kind of stop the momentum the Cougars are going into.
For sure, Luis. And, like you said, Sweet Briar's definitely got to change up the game plan here, as the sun has fully set here in Danville. It's 61 degrees out on the field. We're going to switch sides, so Averett will be going to the right side, Sweet Briar to the left side. And the player of the half for me, definitely Celia De Diego. 3 goals,
Absolutely.
Hat trick, like we talked about. She entered the game with 5 goals, and now she's got 3 already in the first half. So we'll see if we see her here in the second half.
Absolutely, as Averett is starting back with the first starters from the first half, as Jenna Franklin tries to send a cross into De Diego on the far side of the box, but it'll be just out of De Diego's reach, and it'll roll out for a goal kick.
Yeah, and a couple of more stats here to touch on before we fully focus on the second half here in Averett. With 17 shots in that first period, just incredible. 3 corner kicks. Sweet Briar was able to get 4 saves, and Averett led in fouls 5-4. So just a truly dominating performance. And if you're the Cougars, you just want to stay healthy and make sure you close out this second half on a high note. They'll start here on the right side.
And now De Diego will throw it in, looking for an open teammate, and the ball will be kicked out of bounds again. Another throw-in. De Diego looking for Evans, gets it booted away. And now Casey boots it right back over. De Diego trying to head it in and keep it in play, but goes over throw-in now, as Lindstrom to Casey. Now Casey looking for VC, and VC just didn't have the reaction time to get there.
And you mentioned this a little bit. We were talking about the first half for Sweetbriar. You definitely, it's not over just yet, but you definitely want to see Sweetbriar get some sort of positive if you're them and try to get something going on into this next game that they have. Just even getting more shots on goal. I think I talked about that in the first half as well. You know, no matter where it is. I mean, we saw Breathen take a shot from about the 20-yard line and it was able to go in. So, you know, just trying to get some shots on net and see where it can go.
Absolutely. Averett just been very good at creating chances and just taking as many shots as they can, getting in the back of the net. As an opening has come here, and Sweetbriar have answered back.
That's exactly what we just touched on, Luis, and Sweetbriar gets on the board, and that is a very encouraging start here, as now it is 6-1. Not over just yet. Tall mountain to climb, but we'll see if they can do it.
As Sweetbriar now, with the momentum in their favor, will hopefully continue this going forward further into the second half.
So Sweetbriar there. Shot was by Alexis Diaz. Gets that goal to go. Their inaugural goal of this game. A good way to start off the second half if you're Sweetbriar, obviously.
As VC will try to get to that ball. And the ball will be kicked out of bounds. It's gonna be a throw-in. Diego looking for Lindstrom. Lindstrom turns. And now Barrett over to Franklin. Franklin takes a shot, and it goes wide.
Hey, on that Sweetbriar goal, Ethan, we were pretty far zoomed out and then even zoomed in a little bit.
Okay, got it.
And now the goal kick here. Looking for Diaz. As Casey misses the ball, and now Casey trying to recover. As Franklin now tries to take a touch. Now Diego will remain on sides, and it's going to be an open goal as Diego try to chip the goalie.
Let's see what's going to happen here. It might be a throw-in for Averett. We just mentioned Alexis Diaz, the freshman for Sweetbriar, getting on the board there from Connolly Springs, North Carolina. And a good goal for her, and a good way to start this second half if you're Sweetbriar. But now Averett looking to answer.
Sweetbriar now. The crowd absolutely chanting and cheering, trying to get the momentum back in Averett's favor. As Celia Diego tries to look for Evans, but the ball was just sent a little out of the reach of Evans.
Like how Cleves came out there and tried to beat Diego to the ball. Definitely got to do that more often.
As Franklin now continues with the speed, has time. Franklin with the speed just gets stuffed up there by the defensive front of Sweetbriar.
We're going to have a corner kick here. A chance for Averett to answer that first goal put up by Diaz.
And the corner comes in quick by Evans.
Good defense there.
And BC trying to pressure, gets the ball back for the Cougars, but she's going to get called for a foul, pushing it back.
Sweetbriar will kick this one off from about the 19-yard line. 37 minutes to go in the second half. Just joining us, Alexis Diaz got Sweet Briar on the board with her first goal of the night, and it cut Averett's lead to 6-1. So far, much better effort here by Sweet Briar in the second half. And we'll have another goal kick here.
And now in goal, Tiffany Hargett substituting in for Crohn's. Now Kindberg to Evans. Evans tries to look for De Diego. De Diego,
Like the setup.
the ball will be kicked away from De Diego. Now to VC. VC over to De Diego. De Diego, great job there to stop De Diego's initial movement forward. Now Swartling. Back to Hargett. Hargett boots it up to Evans. Evans takes a touch. Gets it to De Diego. Now Evans with the speed. Evans trying to maintain the ball on the wing. And it's going to be out for a corner kick.
Evans down there in the corner, looking to boot this one off towards the net and see if Averett can get another goal here, as they had 6 in the first half.
And the corner is up. And Lindstrom tries to get a touch on it. Back to Evans. Evans sends another one. The goalie slips out of the goalie's hands. And now Lindstrom tries to get it to Barrett. Now Barrett has to play some defense to try to get the ball back. Now Casey with great speed to track that ball back. Goes ahead and boots it away.
Great pass.
A bit of miscommunication there between Evans and Lindstrom. And Swartling now kicks it away. It's going to be a throw-in for Sweet Briar.
Now 34 minutes to go here in the second half. Cougars, the fans still behind them here. They've been cheering them on all night. This section has been great. This one's going to go back out of play. And we'll have another throw-in. Sweet Briar.
Now Barrett defending as the ball will go up. And Hargett comes out and collects it. Hargett will go ahead and boot it out. Now De Diego with the speed. Absolutely unmatched. De Diego has time. Looks for Evans. Evans takes a shot. Just wide.
Just missed that one. Great opportunity, though. Really first solid opportunity for the Cougars as Evans missed that one by just a couple of feet. And it looks like we're going to have a corner kick here, and Evans will be back to boot this one off towards the net as she's going to let this one go up and headed out. Great play there by Sweet Briar.
VC goes out to recover it, asks for a check-in as Johnson checks in. Johnson loses it, and now Barrett and Casey communicate very well. Casey continues with the ball, tries to get a through ball into possibly Evans.
A little bit too strong there, but I love the idea. Great pass.
And now Evans against Bryant. Bryant back to Cleves. Cleves tries to send the ball up.
That one will sputter out of play, and we'll have another throw in here, looks like, for the Cougars.
Heinberg going to go ahead and throw it in. Sends it far to Franklin. Franklin tries to maintain the ball.
Opportunity here.
And the ball will be kicked out by Sweetbriar. It's going to be a throw-in. The ball again will go out. It's going to be a throw-in for Sweetbriar this time.
That one also going to go out of play, so we'll do it all over again. Just under 32 minutes to go here in the second half. Averett still up 6-1 after Alexis Diaz put in the goal early in the second half. Got Sweetbriar on the board. This one's going to be passed in, and a good opportunity for a crosser maybe.
De Diego getting bodied out of the way. De Diego takes the shot, and it's going to go wide of the right post.
Two good looks there, Luis, by De Diego and Evans. Just missing.
De Diego possibly looking for her 4th goal of the day.
Yep. Now another goal kick here. Cleves sends it off towards the 35-yard line.
Now De Diego. Great little flick there by De Diego to get it to Evans. Now Evans looks for De Diego. De Diego just wasn't ready for that pass.
See if they can keep it in, though.
Ball remains in bounds. Come to check in.
Great crosser there.
That's a great opportunity there, but just fainted the ball.
Back and forth we go here as now Sweetbriar retains possession.
Lindstrom, great job there to stop the initial motion going forward. As the ball is booted up, and Casey will try to clear that. She doesn't quite get under it, and Casey remains physical in this game as Heinberg can't get to
Oh, my
it,
goodness.
but Hargett quick enough to react to it.
Terrific play there by Tiffany Hargett, the junior out of Gastonia, North Carolina. Transfer student from Richard Bland College, and she has done a pretty good job here in the second half coming in. This one's booted all the way down to the 30-yard line.
And Evans against Bryant. Bryant remaining very dominant in this game. As the ball go out of bounds. And we have a couple subs coming into the game. As Minafo, Dio, as well as Peters will come in, and Lindstrom, Casey, and De Diego will have some resting time on the bench.
Hey, Joshua, let's repeat that for me, please.
He's going to go towards the net in a dangerous situation there. Sweetbriar, they're able to get it out as Evans moves the ball, and it is kicked back out of play. So it'll be a throw-in here for Evans.
And Franklin will go ahead and take a seat as well, and Maddie Pedraza will come into the game, number 7.
So Evans will throw this one in. Sweetbriar is able to pick it up and knock it back out of play. So this is going to be a corner kick here for Evans and a chance for Averett to get their first goal of the second half. She'll look to maybe get a header in. It's going to be booted up. And a nice play there by Cleves to scoop that one up out of the turf. Put it back towards the 50-yard line here. Cleves.
Now Pedraza holds on to it. Peters finds an open Barrett. Barrett with some speed to try to reach that ball at VC. VC couldn't quite get to that ball. It's going to be a throw for Sweetbriar. Sweetbriar. Now Peters, who just entered the game, will go ahead and take some space. That is a great ball trying to look for Evans.
Cougars have had a couple of those opportunities here in the second half, but just a little bit too strong on those passes. Got to let up a little bit.
Now Kindberg and Gyo. Kindberg will be called for a foul on a push on the back.
And so this will be a free kick here for Sweetbriar. Yep, that will be number 7, Julian Lewis here to boot this one off. Lewis now lets it rip towards the 10-yard line, headed out by Averett.
Now Gyo will go ahead and boot it up towards the goalkeeper for Sweetbriar, as Cleves will now come out and boot it right back out. And the ball will fall right back to Gyo. Gyo trying to hold on to the ball here as Swartling takes a touch on it. Over to Evans. Evans cuts back.
Be a throw in here by Vuck.
And now Minafo. Now Pedraza getting a bit of time and room. And now it's a foot race. Evans. Continue fighting for the ball. Evans tries to send it in very close to the post.
Interesting there. Cleves found herself right next to the pole of the goal there. Was able to make a nice save. Keep Averett at 6. One's going to be booted back towards Averett's side here.
Evans tries to maintain possession, passes over to Minafo, goes right over Minafo's head. Now Minafo. Barrett trying to get it to Johnson. And now VC trying to keep the ball in play, but it'll continue to go out. It's going to be a throw-in.
It's going to go over towards the middle of the field. Battle for, but right back out of play. It'll be an Averett throw-in here.
And Johnson will go ahead and throw it in. Looking for Pedraza. Pedraza trying to get the ball off of her feet. Now Evans with a great ball to Minafo. Minafo has some space. Minafo has some time. And Gyo. And Gyo possibly looking for a pass there. Now Swartling takes the ball up herself. And continues with the ball at her feet. Swartling, the defender there, to Minafo. Minafo doesn't take the touch she wants. Back over to Minafo. And now BC with a chance against the goalkeeper. Doesn't quite get there.
Good look there for VC. Almost had that one, but good play by Cleves. As now this one's going to go over to Sweetbriar. And boot it up. And we'll get a whistle here. Not sure what this call is.
We called for a handball on Minafo. Ball bounced up and hit her hand. Now the ball will be loose in the midfield. Now Gyo recovers it. Gyo with a great ball over to Evans. And now Evans is on a breakthrough. Evans
there we go.
Going forward.
Oh, great play.
Evans trying to shake the defender. Great job there by Evans. Gets the ball off, and Cleves comes out and recovers it.
It's a good second half here by Cleves. a lot of opportunities. She's been able to pull down each one. A couple of really nice saves there. Coming out of the net. Trying not to let these Cougars get their breakaway goals like they had in the first half.
Absolutely, Thomas. A lot of improvement here seeing from Sweetbriar.
Yep, and this one again. She's going to come out and retrieve that one. It's a mix of the Cougars just putting a little bit too much on those passes, and Cleves also coming out, not wanting those breakaway goals. Good opportunity here.
And now Evans with a chance, and it's going to be called offsides by the linesman there. Another great chance for Evans to score. And Cleves will go ahead and boot it out for a free kick. As she sends it over, and Barrett will try to fight for it. Barrett maintains possession. Great job by Barrett to squeeze it through the legs of number 15.
So we'll run out of play here. And that is going to be Sweetbriar throw in here.
Now, great job there by Gio and Evans connecting. And Evans with great physicality there to get Buick off of her shoulder. Ball goes to the middle of the field, 50-50. And Gio trying to fight for it. And now Kindberg off of Barrett. The ball remains in the possession of Sweetbriar. Now Swartling comes out, collects the ball. Kindberg wasn't fast enough to get there.
Now here's a Sweetbriar throw in here, a little dangerous situation. He's going to be pushed in towards the net, but great defense by the Cougars.
Now Evans on the wing. Evans, great move there.
Gosh.
Has the speed. Evans against Bryant's. Evans finds Vinafo. Vinafo trying to look for someone in the middle.
Coming back for it, though. Out of play.
And it's going to be a substitution. And Breathen will come in, Breathen will come in for Barrett. And Williams will substitute Evans. Breathen had a great first half, recording 1 goal and an assist. Really contributing with her speed and physicality in this game.
Yeah, she was all over the field in that first half, and expect her to provide a spark here for the Cougars, which has been a little bit of a slower second half. When you score 6 goals, though, in the first half, it's not that big of a deal, but Cougars definitely looking for a little bit of a spark here. Maybe get another goal before the second half is over, as we just hit the 19-minute mark.
The ball will go out, and it will be a throw-in for the Cougars. And Sanchez will come into the game, substituting Emily Swartling. And now the ball goes up. And it'll be a goal kick.
Goal kick here for Sweetbriar, like you just mentioned, Luis. And let's see if they can push it up a little bit here. They had that early goal with Diaz. It's been a better second half effort, but I'm sure if you ask Sweetbriar's coaches, probably like another one here before this game concludes.
Now Williams trying to get some pressure on Diaz. Diaz just boots it up. Now Sanchez with someone on her back shoulder. trying to hold on to the ball here, as the ball will be given to Averett for a throw-in. And now Pedraza, great job there to maintain possession there. Just trying to get it to VC, and now Gio.
Opportunity here if they can keep it, and Averett takes it right away. Good play by Breathen there.
Breathen into some pressure. Great job there by Peters to get it to Breathen. Maintaining her composure in the back line. And now Johnson takes a very big touch, and it will go out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Sweetbriar.
Some updated stats here for you. We got about 16 minutes to go here in the second half. Averett 23 shots. Sweetbriar's 4. Is like you said here, Luis, we got an opportunity.
Williams possibly trying to get her second goal of the night. Takes a shot, but it goes right into Cleve's arms.
And like I was talking about, 23 shots to Sweetbriar's 4. 10 of those 23 shots have been shots on goal, and 6 corners for Averett. And this one, just a truly dominating performance on all aspects of this game.
And now Sweetbriar will go ahead and kick it off. Goes to Johnson. Peters kicks it away. Now Williams. Williams with the speed to keep that ball in bounds. Will try and keep it going. As Minafo now trying to hold off 2 defenders. Now Gio trying to fight in the midfield. Now Pedraza trying to play some defense. Here's Peters. Back to Pedraza. Pedraza now takes space. Takes time. Cuts back. Tries to look for an open player. Minafo cleans it up though. Now that's a great ball there by Pedraza over to Sanchez. Sanchez will try to play some will try to play some attack here.
Good look there though by the Cougars. And let's see, this might be a corner kick. I'm not quite sure. Yep.
It will be a corner kick for the Cougars.
And let's see if Averett can get this one in here. First goal of the second half in this corner. Just under 15 minutes to go here at Daly Field, up 6-1.
And Hyvarnen has subbed in for BC.
Look.
And a ball sent in there by Peters.
Number 9 for 20.
So we'll have a goalie kick here for Sweetbriar. This one's going to be booted off towards the 45-yard line, but right back where it came from, as the Cougars play pretty good defense on that one. It's going to be kicked around.
Now, Breathen trying to hold on to that ball. Great job there by Breathen. Looking for Williams. And Minafo trying to challenge that ball. And now the ball will roll out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for the Cougars.
Another Cougars throw in here. This one's going to go up and over. They'll keep possession here as Pedraza will dribble it back around, pass back.
And now Gio will try to look for Hyvarnen. Hyvarnen is on. Hyvarnen keeps going, and the offsides flag is waved.
Flag you don't like the most. Offsides. We've seen that a lot today. Actually, the first half, Averett actually had 6 offsides, which was one of the few things that they didn't do right. So there is another one there by the Cougars. A lot of those offsides, Luis, are just the Cougars trying to be more aggressive, right, and try to get those fast breaks in.
Absolutely, but it's a very tricky thing. A lot of defenses like to play offside traps.
Yep.
And Cleves will boot it out, and it'll fall to Johnson. Now Hyvarnen will try to challenge for that ball in the air. And it falls to Peters. Now Peters just goes ahead and boots it away. It's going to be thrown for Sweetbriar. It's going to be headed away now. Going the other way for the Cougars. And now Breathen.
Good pass.
Great ball there by Breathen to Gyo. Now Breathen will go ahead and draw the foul. It's going to be a free kick for the Cougars. Peters will step up to take it at about the 41-yard line in Sweetbriar territory.
So this one will be sent off from, like you said, Luis, about the 40-yard line here. As this one's going to go in, and a good look.
Possibly trying to look for Breathen there. Breathen just kind of shoved out of the way by Sweetbriar.
Cleves again, they're doing a really nice job of coming out of the net and picking the ball up before anybody can get it. She's done a pretty good job of that in the second half. Averett with no goals so far.
Now Pedraza will get it in the midfield. Trying to get it to Hyvarnen. Hyvarnen gets it taken away. Johnson to clear it back out. Now it's Sweetbriar ball going the other way. Now Diaz trying to make something happen here.
And that one is going to sputter back out of play. And it looks like we're going to have either a corner or a throw-in here. This is going to be a throw-in by Sweetbriar, so it's going to go back into play.
Now Breathen trying to challenge that. Great clear there by Breathen. Great job maintaining pressure on Sweetbriar. And the ball will trickle out of bounds and it'll be a goal kick.
So the goal kick coming up here for the Cougars.
A corner kick, sorry.
Corner kick, yep. Another chance here for Sweetbriar to get onto the board. Wasn't their first half, but so far in the second half, they're actually leading 1-0 and a chance to maybe get their second goal here. They can get it right in the right angle here. Let's see if they can do it.
Ball is sent up and high. Still 50-50 ball. Trying to fight for it. Being pinned around between teams. As Sanchez will pressure that ball to be kicked out of bounds. And now Hargett will go ahead and have a goal kick here.
Fans still very much into it, as you can hear over the microphones. We've had a lot to cheer for so far in this one. Averett 6-1 lead, and of course Celia De Diego with a hat trick in the first half, increasing her season goal total up to 8. And just exactly the kind of performance you want to see if you're the Cougars. As we've talked about here, they entered the game 3-3-2 and 1-1-1 at home, and this one here likely improved them to 2-1-1, getting that home field advantage here at Daly Field.
Now it seems to be a player down, possibly cramping up.
Go off. Not the two. I got you.
Seems to be perfectly fine. Just got a note.
And so play will resume here on the throw-in, and Averett will battle for the ball here. Back to Sweet Briar.
And High Varnon maintains possession. Back to Johnson. Johnson trying to get it from Inafo. But Gyo is perfectly there to recover that ball. Now Pedraza trying to play
Good
some
speed.
defense. It's a counterattack going the other way for Sweetbriar, but Peters intercepts that ball, stopping that initial motion. Now, Inafo with a beautiful ball over to High Varnon. High Varnon with some speed
Just got
ahead
the
of her.
pass.
Trying to look for VC. VC gets bodied out of the way. The goalkeeper, Cleves, comes out and retrieves the ball, stopping that counterattack by the Cougars, trying to make it 7-1.
And it looks like we have a Sweetbriar player down on the field. She's back up on her feet, able to walk off. Looks like she'll have a substitution come in for her. So she will take a seat. And so the substitution there for Sweetbriar. Taylor will come off, and number 21, Borgesco, will come back in.
And now Williams will be pushed onto the turf and will draw the foul. And Peters will step up to take the free kick.
So the free kick here from about the 36-yard line. Peters let it rip.
It's a great ball sent in
Yep.
by Peters. An opportunity here for the Cougars, but it will go between everybody, completely untouched, and it's going to be a goal kick for Sweetbriar.
Cleves will come out for it. We approach the 5-minute mark here.
And Cleves will go ahead and boot it out to get it back into play.
And if you're Sweetbriar here, still a little bit of time to end on a high note. Obviously, it has not been their night. But still got just a little bit under 5 minutes to go here to maybe get something going as the Cougars here apply the pressure.
Diego and BC will get a goal to make it 7-1. Alyssa BC.
Wow, Alyssa VC, the homeschool student out of Danville, Virginia. The junior gets her first goal. Just incredible to see there.
Off of a bit of some deflection there between players, but BC there at the right time, at the right place, puts in the back of the net with a little under 5 minutes to go in this second half.
Get into it, Shane.
That is just awesome to see, Luis. VC, local student from Danville, Virginia, gets that one to go. Her first goal, just incredible. Extends the lead for the Cougars to 7-1 now.
I know the ball in the middle. Kindberg trying to fight for it. Now Gio. Now Diego, who entered the game not too long ago. Now Diego maintains the ball. Some miscommunication by Sweetbriar.
Another
Now
chance.
BC, maybe another one for BC. A bit of miscommunication there. And Cleves will go ahead and recover that ball, boot it out towards the midfield. And Kindberg will go ahead and chase that against Wilkes. Now Pedraza. And now De Diego gets a bit of a push and a shove to the floor. Now De Diego will go ahead and send that ball up to Hyvarnen. Hyvarnen with the speed. Hyvarnen trying to take the touch, and she will be called offsides.
Another offsides there. They were, like I mentioned, had 6 in the first half. Definitely close to that number again here in the second. Really the only thing that hasn't gone Averett's way tonight. Sure, they'll take their 7-1 lead though for sure. This one's booted back over towards the 50-yard line, and now another push by the Cougars.
Minafo sends it up. Minafo has to real. The goalie is out of her line. Trying to look for Hyvarnen. And Cleves will go ahead and try to boot it out for the remaining time of this half. And the kick is up. And De Diego pressuring. The through ball goes right behind Kindberg, where Peters is there to make sure nothing gets past her. That's going to be a throw-in for the Cougars. And now Gyo with a bit of physicality there as Minafo and Gyo connect there, trying to maintain the ball in possession.
Good chance here.
As Diaz will now line up, taking a shot on Hargett. And Hargett will easily bring that down and hold on to the ball.
Diaz with Sweetbriar's lone goal here tonight. The freshman student had one early in the second half. Was looking for a second there, just couldn't get that one to go.
And now De Diego against 3 defenders. De Diego looking for the ball. VC comes up with it. VC continue to battle for the ball. Now Pedraza gets it to Hyvarnen. Hyvarnen moves into space with speed. Gets the ball into De Diego. The ball gets deflected off of a defender and into the hands of Cleves. The ball sent up. And Kindberg goes ahead and heads it to De Diego. De Diego doesn't quite get the touch on it, and now Peters.
Gonna go all the way back down here. Cleves, she'll corral it and kick it all the way back out with 30 seconds remaining here at Daly Field. Cougars capping off an incredible home performance here in front of the student section that really turned out tonight.
Ball just slips behind Johnson.
And as the time dwindles down here, Luis, this will cap off an incredible performance from your Averett University Cougars with a 7-1 win over Sweetbriar, as the fans staying around, loving it. Terrific performance all around, Luis. What are your thoughts?
Absolutely amazing. First half, great second half from the Cougars. The Cougars came out, fired, started shooting early, made some amazing goals, went up 6-0 quickly on in the first half. I can't wait to see what we see next from the Cougars.
Yep, and you mentioned it. What we see next will be Shenandoah University coming to Daly Field Friday at 7 p.m. when they take on your Averett University Cougars. The Cougars improve now to 4-3-2 on the year. Terrific performance by the Cougars. For Luis Martinez, I'm Thomas Heaney III saying so long, friends, from the Averett Sports Network.
And he says,